Here, let's get into game numero dos, shall we? Aight. Oh! Some color change-ups. But here we go, guys. Here on the frigid, barren tundra of Winter's Gate. Up, winning his first game. Up, putting his team up 1-0. It's the Red Protoss from the Gosu crew. He is Duceman. Yeah. Aight. And then the bottom right. The blue Tahen looking to bring his team back and tie it up 1-1. From Platinum Heroes, it's Tahen. Or backwards, it's Nihat. Tahen. We're going with Tahen. Tahen. Why is it always gotta be so hard? Oh, I never introduced myself, guys. At the beginning of the stream, you can tell I'm tired. Why am I so tired? I don't know. But I am Captain Canuck, aka the real Winter Soldier. And hello, StarCraft fans. Welcome back to another exciting episode of StarCraft 2. I usually start with something like that, but we forgot. That's okay. You forgave me. A bunch of you still followed me, so it's all good in the hood. All right, early SCV scout, not a bad idea. Going to see the expansion coming down at a normal time here at a Duceman. At the 20 supply mark. And getting the second gas. Not bad. Good times. The scout. Did it get trapped in here? No, it escaped. He's heading on home. Actually, nope. He's heading back. Because what you want to be seeing is about the 140, 150 mark. An expansion dropping down here, but it's a bit late and is going to be dropped in the main. A safety mechanism, which isn't bad. Duceman not walling off the Reaper cliff. Now, I've seen a cool way if you guys want a fun way of doing it. You put the pylon here and then build the gateway down here. It's kind of cool, bit of flashy. I haven't really thought about the advantages. I've just seen it. I feel like it's actually not the best idea, but it can help. PvT rip for 2-0 for Gosu. Hey, Haruko. None of that. Just because you can't use Tahen right doesn't mean other people can't. The Adept gonna chase away the Reaper. Could have sent the Shade out to kill it, but that Reaper already has a kill. What did it kill? A probe? Fancy. Alright. Here we go. So it's going to be a similar style build again. Robo first out of Duceman. No gases yet on the natural, but there shouldn't be at this point. There's not enough workers. But at the same time, on the opposite of the map, the command center is finishing, going to build the orbital first before moving it onto location, adding a reactor onto the barracks, which he built back here and did the supply depot wall up here. Interesting choice. A tad more risque than having a barracks, but since with an add-on would have been right here. It's 12 of one. 2/3 of a dozen of the other in terms of what to protect, and it's going to be a Widow Mine play, but immediately dropping a starport and a second barracks. So this is like a 1.5-1-1 sort of thing, almost like a 2-1-1, but later. And keeping the command center in the main still. Okay, Tahen seems to be pretty scared here of Duceman after that first game. Duceman racking up the moolah. We're reaching 1K. Wish I had that much money in my wallet right now. Soon, guys, you can subscribe and help me get there, as I am going to get affiliated now. All right, so over here, the Adept ready for the Reaper, and it's just more and more Widow Mines. The first Medavec is being produced. We are at very oversaturation. That already losing a mineral patch here on this base is Tahen. Really mining that base to death, but now going to be moving down to the natural, getting a turret and a bunker. Super safe. A bit overly safe. And Duceman, whether he recognizes or not, nope, doesn't. as there is nothing here that has seen this. Taking advantage and getting a bit, and getting a third about on time. Forge and Twilight Cancel. So this is going to be Harstem's, most likely Harstem's 3 Colossus PvT build, as he is now getting Thermal Lance. Is supply blocked, which is a little awkward. Both players at 62 supply blocked. Worker counts at about where they should be right now. A little bit more ahead for Duceman than is nice. Now everyone's like, where's Protoss supposed to be ahead and Workers at this point? And the reason why is because A, mules, and B, Protoss units are more expensive. And so they need a little bit more cash to be able to keep up with the power of Terran macro. Stim's now coming out and building some Marauders, which is really good, adding on a third Rax. And getting Liberators to follow up. The Widowmine drop. Oh, the Widowmine drop's gonna hit. The burrow is going down. One of them is out of position. The Stalkers are moving in there, and 8 probes going down. There's an awkward Widowmine over here that didn't get, that got randomly released. Is this to protect? Is this to protect the? Oh, that's cool. I think that's to protect the escaping medevac. That's what they're called. I like it. All right, but there is the third base, so triple Nexus production, so those probes will be back up and running, but that was an excellent Widowmine drop, going to definitely cause some very needed damage to be able to even things up a little bit. Workers are about 5 apart, doing really well, adding on a reactor onto this factory now. Rax coming down here, third CC. Stim has completed. Combat shields is being researched now. Liberator moving up towards the north side of the map to be able to do some harassment. And army supplies are dead even right now, as both players doing a good job, both getting upgrades. One does have double eBay as opposed to the single forge, though there is a second forge being warped in at the moment. Charge is about 6/7 of the way completed. So going to be able to get that here in a jiffy. How many Colossus are out now? 1 Colossus is out. Second one going to be here at the. When the third one comes out, we should be looking to see what's going on. So we'll see what's about to happen. But this factory coming and building a tech lab might be seeing some siege tanks. Siege tanks are decent in a defensive position in PvT, but no, it's for drilling claws. Good choice. With how powerful charge slots are with dealing with siege tanks, Widow Mines are such a good play in PvT. If you're going bio plus the Widow Mines, it's like Heart of the Swarm ZVT back in the day, with the constant action, except not as much constant action here. Fourth base being taken now for Duceman. Third base yet to be put on location for Tahen. Have not fixed that rally point, so 20 more workers than you want over here, but that's okay. Hopefully he'll transfer some of those later. Setting proper rally points is important, guys. Don't forget it. Don't neglect it, and don't so that you don't regret it. Thank you to everyone who is watching. This is the VTL League. Stands for something, I know, I just don't know. I don't remember what. We are watching Platinum Heroes against the Gosu crew. Gosu crew currently up 1-0 in this all-kill format. We do have a Templar Archives. Storm has yet to start. And do we have any high Templar? No, we just have Archon. So the third Colossus is out. He's starting a fourth. But at this point, you want to have a Warp Prism, and you want to be moving out across the map to pressure the Terran. Because once that third base really starts to get up, the power of Terran macro will be incredible. You can get the Vikings to get take care of the Colossus. You can get Liberators to zone everything out and deal with a lot of the charge slots, actually. And the Archons, as Liberator ground attack deals quite a punch. We do have a Fusion Core, the Kujan 4. The Kujan 4 is being built right now. Supply blocked is neither player. That is impressive. Good for them. Good for them. This is a cool C. C is for charge lot. That's good enough for me. C is for charge lot. That's good enough for me. A money scan too, all over the army. Actually, the Venn dia scans. But here comes Duceman. He's coming on down here to the southern side of the map to start to put pressure on. We do have a Marauder counterattacker flank, one of the two coming on down here now, but let's zoom out a little bit as the solo Liberator will attempt to hold the front line. The Widow Mines are not burrowed, and I don't think there's enough bio here, Tasteless, to be able to deal with this. The charge shots are going to start to come in. The stim comes down, good reaction, but the Colossus are melting through the bio force, and if the Zealots aren't, if the Colossus aren't, the Zealots are. The Vikings trying to rain from the sky, but there's just not enough. The Widow Mines are finally going to burrow, try and deal with those charge lots, but that is not going to be in time. The Widow Mines need to be able to deal with the charge lots so that the bio can jump on the Colossus and everything else. The Marauder counterattack is a counterattack going there very slowly but surely, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 22 SCVs have gone down as the Protoss force has made the third base completely unmineable. More Liberators have joined the fray, and this actually should be able to clean this up. The Terran will hold for now. Tahen actually taking a supply lead as he takes out the entire Protoss army. 12 more charge shots are being warped in. The fourth base was taken out by these Marauders, not being able to go and finish off those probes. 24 SCVs did go down, but there's still a healthy amount of 57 because the incredible oversaturation here. What is this, Alpha Star over here? Man. But both armies reset quite drastically. The big advantage, though, that Tahen had in that fight is the 2-2 he has opposed to just the +1 attack of Duceman. Whoa, that's a lot. That is 6 Archons. Woo, Nelly. Especially when you're going charge outs, you want armor. And so the fact that 3-3 has started before even +1 armor has started for Duceman is a huge advantage here for Tahen. Even though he's down in income doubles expanding. What is this? Duceman apparently thinking he's a Zerg player. That's a little awkward. But yeah, here's the army, and a nice couple Colossus. Let's take a moment to admire these skins, though. Look at these Colossus and their little whiskers. Those are so cool. Okay, well, let's take a look at the bases here. A lot of gateways. Sound off? No. We've got 12 gates out here. That is a prime time number. There are 5 barracks. Might want to be adding a couple more if you really, really wanted. The fusion core is out here now. I'm guessing that is for like Lib Range or something, but no tech lab yet onto the starport to be able to get that. However, with the new BlizzCon patch, you guys are just seeing the attack now. Spoiler alert, Tahen holds. Has he moved workers here yet? No, Tahen, move the dude. Look, they're just standing there. Look at them. What does this say? 23 out of what? 6. That is. Where do I have a where's a calculator? Actually, we got an attack out of Duceman. It's just a zealot run by. Oh my gosh. Oh nope. He's like, yeet. It's a yeet or be yeeted world out here, guys. And those zealots were afraid of being yeeted. The Liberators are too good. Widow Mines as well. Okay. So 23 divided by 6. That's a 383% oversaturation. Ooh, Liberator range. Where's that? Oh, he got a second starport with the tech lab. Nice. 3-3 also about to finish here in roughly 10 seconds. +2 attack for the Protoss is going to be completed too, but the upgrade advantage is huge. Liberators out here too against just Zealots. Oh, they're just going to be taking pot shots. That is free damage if I've ever seen it. The Widow Mines, oh, going to get some juicy hits. Very nice, very nice. And just going to be running into tons of Marauders. Now, charge slots technically do counter Marauders, as Marines have higher DPS, but that's just so much bio. Guys, I don't know about this one, Kev. Duceman is in a bit of a rough spot getting carriers now. Now, with the amount of Marauders out, if you can get a high enough amount of carriers, like 4 or 5 maybe, then he should be in an okay spot to use them. But that is a long time away. And this is a maxed out 3-3 Bioforce with Liberator support. And it looks like Tahen's about to go and get things cooking and grooving. going to be getting a 4th base as well. Has he yet moved? He did it! He did it, guys! Celebrate! But both players are actually maxed out right now if we look at the units tab. Does he have Storm? No Storm, but 8. Oh no, he has 8 Templar, but he doesn't have Storm. He forgot Storm because he would have turned those into Archons if he remembered. But no Storm, no. Oh, it's a disaster. Because the juicy storms, that makes me salivate. That is just so nice. The medevac's actually out of energy, a bit of a concern. The 2 Colossus very exposed. We'll see if Duceman is going to jump on top of it. The Colossus, where are you going? No! Colossus, no! Oh! Oh. Thank you, Haroku. But here comes the Bioforce just stimming in, killing that 4th base. The probes are going to go down now, and it's a bit of a dicey situation. Yeah, he recognizes, oh crap, I don't have Storm. It's a bad time. Gonna just morph him into Archons, best case scenario. There are 4 carriers out now, so he actually should be able to chase this away. +1 air attack is gonna be out. No, the Widow Mine, awkward. Is there any observers? No observers. Not building any. So this Widow Mine's just going to continue to take pot shots over whatever comes by it. Widow Mine drops would be super useful right now. These Widow Mines covering their retreat. 4 carriers being built at once and getting Liberators. Now, Liberator Marine against carriers is actually super good because Liberators in high numbers, although their air-to-air attack doesn't do a lot of damage, the splash is redonkulous. And so, if you have a lot of them, all that splash all at once will just evaporate things. These Interceptors, they don't have a lot of HP. They're not going to live very long. Oh, nice. Nice mine shot. Just mines everywhere. Mines everywhere. Still no observers. Still no detection out here on the map. Not even an Oracle. But that is a scary Protoss force. But the Marines and Liberators are here. Liberators are going to siege up. They do have range. That ground force has to be very careful. The carriers are going to come in. No, I wouldn't use the Liberators in this situation. You don't have enough Marines, Tahen. Oh, that. The carriers actually losing interceptors at a pretty decent rate. Ooh, that Viking's in ambitious to say the least. But oh, all of the interceptors are actually getting taken out by all of these Marines. 5 Marines at a time coming out. And the carriers are practically out of interceptors. And now the Bio's going to be able to move forward into the Protoss army. And they're going to retreat into the Liberator's range. Liberation zones need some freedom. And these Zealots aren't going to be able to do a whole lot. Upgrade advantage still heavily in favor of Tahen. Duceman forgetting what upgrades are. Planetary here to help protect 4 more carriers have joined the fray. Both players with outrageous banks here as we approach the 19-minute mark of this game. Continuing to build 4 carriers at a time. But Vikings are now joining the party too. The Marines are going to stim in. Actually going to be jumping on top of the carriers. Going to be able to snipe 1 carrier. The Zealots though moving in and the Liberator support is gone. No Widow Mines over here to say anything, but the Marines are going to be able to retreat into the protection of the Marauders. The Marauders just so tanky, especially with that 3 armor. The Marauders getting to kite back now. The carriers dealing some heavy damage from the back. The DPS actually just might be enough here out of the Protoss for the time being. Supply-wise, it's 90 to 72. A lot of that's in carriers. The carriers will be able to take out this planetary, which will limit a lot of the mining potential. Actually, the Hug of Life might just be enough. That this is draining so much of Tahen's resources. It takes a quarter of the resources to repair something, but the Hug of Life is enough, but it's just free damage at this point. I don't know what's the game plan here. The Widow Mines are over here. The army's just chilling over here. He's just stalling. The SEV is finally getting taken out. The 4 remaining will retreat. Tahen is down in supply. I just don't like the Liberator usage. Okay, but here comes what could be the final attack. There are a lot of Archons here. Some EMPs would be massive if they were. Widow Mines are going to join the fray, but they might get taken out before they're able to mine. No, the Marauders just might not be enough. The Vikings have all been taken out. There are not enough Marines here to be able to deal with these carriers. The carriers are going to be enough. The power of the Golden Armada is charging through. The Bio retreating back and back and back. back. The ground force is actually almost out here for Duceman. If there can just be enough Marines to be able to hold against these carriers, but that's so many carriers, guys. That's 10 carriers. Oh my gosh, and there are High Templar with Storm out on the map. The carriers are just going to keep pressuring forward. Half the supply is Tahen, and is going to, now Duceman's going to move in to the production area of Tahen. Tahen calls GG and taps out, and Duceman's going to put up the Gosu crew 2-0. The carriers did have 1-1. No, 1-0, sorry, 1-0. Liberator, Ghost Marine is the best way to deal with the short term. VCs are the end game. Yeah, so you can't, if you can get a critical mass of Vikings, you can kite the carriers if you target fire them. If you want to just kill the interceptors, lots of Marines, Liberators work, and yeah, Ghosts. If you can get to BCs, it's really good because of Yamato. You just Yamato everything. Yeah, no, Mass BC is a prime end game comp in that scenario for what the Protoss is going for. Because it's very hard for them to transition to something to deal with it, such as effective amounts of Mass Stalkers, though that is tricky, Void Rays or Tempests. You'll usually see them switch into Tempest, though, as they are able to kite the battle cruisers. So that's when it's good to have things like Marines to be able to come in and stem to chase down the Tempest and attack, because Tempests, although powerful, do not attack quickly, so Marines can deal with them decently well. Yeah, he needed a little more production capability.